Let's dance. 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 Let's dance.
Hello, my friend. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to WW Radio Live. I am Lou Mongello, and this is my favorite night of the week. Why? Because we're live, because we're together, and we're going to talk pizza at Walt Disney World. But it's mostly the fact that we're alive. We are alive, and we are together. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, whether you're watching live or watching on the replay. And if you're watching on the replay, don't forget to join us every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, grab a snack, sit back, relax, tag and invite a friend wherever you need to invite a friend in the chat to come along and watch with us. Speaking of coming along with us, thank you for, if you did or did not, didn't matter, for coming along with me virtually via Instagram and stories and some Facebook stuff. Last week, I spent a couple of days in Disneyland with my family and then headed out to a very, very wet, dare I say, freezing cold LA for, if you've never been to Huntington Gardens and the museum, it's a huge complex, museums and library and gardens. It is a remarkable experience. It's one of our favorite things to do in Southern California, and then we went late night to Griffith Park Observatory, which again is something that you have to see. And then it's a rite of passage, not just for California, but as somebody who used to travel the country with my parents by car and my brother by car. This was my first visit to I believe it is the last original Bob's Big Boy, like anywhere. I think there's only a couple left. This was sort of the last original one. Late night burgers and shakes and cakes and stuff at Bob's Big Boy, man. That was a good time. So thank you for coming along and joining me. Caleb Joshua Hill says, "Happy National Winnie the Pooh Day." I need some sort of like notifications in the morning when I miss these things, because obviously Pooh and I shop at the same short and fluffy store, and I love Winnie the Pooh as well. Emily, you guys are already jumping. You're excited for the pizza conversation. It's really funny and wonderfully interesting and fascinating. The immediate and instant feedback that I got when I posted this episode yesterday, I did not realize, nobody told me, clearly you were waiting for a pizza themed, either you were very hungry on Monday or you were waiting for a pizza themed review, top whatever it might be, show. So I wanted to go actually for pizza tonight. I wanted to take you with me for pizza tonight. I was not able to line up all the ducks in a row. I had a long coaching meeting today, and then another appointment I had to get to, had some stuff to do here, and just was not able to get, I would not have made it to the pizza in time for the show. But maybe, just maybe, if somebody reminds me on Tuesday, maybe next Wednesday, we'll go out and we'll have a little pizza. Maybe we'll do like a little pizza party. I'll let you know where I'm going. Anybody who shows up, I'll buy you a slice or we'll share a pie. Maybe we'll go to Via Napoli. Maybe we'll go to Pizza Ponte in Disney Springs. We'll see. Or maybe we'll just go to a local pizza joint here and show you some of the places that I did mention outside. I know, outside of Walt Disney World, actually have some great, great pizza. I see some of you, so Nick is watching from the Grand Californian, which is awesome. I love it. I appreciate that, man, because clearly there's a lot more interesting stuff you could be doing while you're out in Disneyland. Nick, what is the best thing that you've eaten so far, or what is the thing that you're looking forward to eating most? I will tell you that I am going to do, I've hesitated to do a show like this before because I don't want it to come off as one being better. But I honestly think that I need to do a show as a way to encourage you to go 10 things that are better in Disneyland than they are in Walt. I'm opening myself up to a potential war because I know the World fans are very passionate and the Disneyland fans, and this is not a who's better, what's better, but I think there are some things, and I have a list that I was making along the way. There are some things subjectively maybe better in Disneyland. Snacks, I'm looking right at you. If only there was somebody who has been to both parks, who knows and understands, and could join me, like maybe from the nation. Maybe I'll reach out to the nation again and can do, Becky's going to text me any second now, because I'm sure she would love to be on that. By the way, Darren Meemkin, man, dude, I need to send you, I'm not going to send it because I'm not sending it to Greece. I'm going to give you something next time I see you. I have something that I have made a very limited number of, and remind me and I owe you one, because Darren for the last 2 weeks has been like, I'm setting my alarm for 2:25, 2:25 a.m. so I could watch the show from Greece. Like, not Greece is the word, the videotape, but Greece, the country. Dude, that is commitment, or you should be committed. That is awesome. Patricia is watching from Lima, Peru. Patricia, thank you very much. I will tell you, I am desperate to go to Peru, to visit Peru. I want to, again, it's not just the modern culture and the cuisine. I'm not going to go into my love of ancient architecture, ancient cultures, lost civilizations, and my many places in Peru that I want to go and visit. But that's the plan. That is the plan. Becky says, speaking of coming along with, wait, what'd you say? It's like I can almost hear her voice. What did Becky say? I can sort of, when I read that, I sort of read it like in Becky's voice, as if Becky was to say, here, Becky, read the prompter. Speaking of coming along with us, we still have one room in Wyoming. Quiet, Becky. We have one room left for Wyoming. Speaking of Adventures by Disney and doing things fun together this summer, as Becky said, we do have one room left for our Adventures by Disney get together. July 19th through the 25th. It is a family-friendly 7 days, 6 nights. Jackson Hole, Grand Teton National Park, Jellystone, Yellowstone, and Brooks Lake. I have never been before, and I'm taking my whole family with me. We cannot wait to go. I would love for you to come and join us. You can visit www.radio.com/Wyoming 2023 to get a free, no obligation quote directly from Becky Mankin or her agents / she likes to call them minions. I think that's rude. I think it's more agents and friends at Mouse Fan Travel. Sammy Grant, good to see you as well. Sarah says, pizza and Disney are my favorite topics. Yeah, we're getting there. We are going to get to the pizza because I'm very curious to hear from you what some of your favorite pizza places and pizza flavors are. And yes, Bob's is a culture icon in Southern California. I had so much fun late night at Bob's Big Boy because I traveled to Bob's, and remember Shoney's was a type of Big Boys. It was owned by the same company, but some were Bob's, some were Shoney's as we drove around the country. So that was a little bit of nostalgia for me, and I love being able to introduce my kids to it. All right, you guys you're way ahead of me. You're into the pizza already. Jim Rohoski says, how did it take this long? I have been waiting to do the pizza episode. Little John's, who I'm assuming is maybe Lily John's, who I thought was maybe related to Papa John's. It says, I miss eating for pizza. Jonathan is hungry and waiting for the pizza show. Marla Chan, we have to go to Bob's Big Boy next time I come out. I mean, it's not like it's not super close to Disneyland. You have to go to LA for it. So will I buy you pizza when I get there? Yes. The answer is yes. I think we need to go. You know what? Maybe we'll do when you get it. Try that, strike that, reverse it. Maybe when you come here, Becky, maybe we'll do a show from Via Napoli. Like we'll get we'll get a white artichoke pie. We'll get some pasta, some desserts. Maybe, I don't know. I have a few ideas, but yes, we will. We will have, I promise you, we will have pizza and I'll buy you a slice. And I guess maybe the statistic that I gave must have been somewhat accurate because I haven't seen anybody yet say, I don't love pizza. Everybody is excited. Everybody sort of has a love and sometimes very strong opinions about their pizza. And if you don't believe me, put a New Yorker and a Chicagoan next to each other and let them debate pizza. It gets ugly. It gets ugly. Not just because the New York pizza is the right pizza, but there's just different types. There's different types, and that's why pizza. I can hear Becky. I can hear Becky screaming, and she's texting me. Literally. Let's read. Let me do a dramatic reading. Here, wait a second. Becky Puppet, come back into frame. Yeah, come back in. Let's do a dramatic reading of some of Becky's texts. Let's see. No, I can't. Are we allowed? Can we read this one? No, I'm not even allowed to say those words without getting banned from Facebook. Let's see. Let me just quickly go before we get into the pizza conversation. You all know me very well when I talked about going to Peru. That's clearly where all the comments about the ancient aliens are. Becky, I literally think that I think we should put together like the ancient. We don't need Adventures by Disney. We'll do this. We'll do Lou's Ancient Alien Adventure Tour, and we will put together our own itinerary where we go to some of these ancient megalithic sites around the world and do our own investigative journalism. And just think of how good the food will be. So all right, let's get into listen, you guys you're like, Mangello, enough with everything else. You're into the pizza conversation. Has Detroit-style pizza made its way to Disney yet? Square, thick crust, sauce on top of the cheese, and caramelized Parmesan around the edges. So, Carrie, I've never heard of Detroit-style pizza. The only thing I've seen, excuse me, that is maybe sort of related to that, and don't get mad at me for saying this, are some of the weird, machinations that I see from places like Pizza Hut and Papa John's. But I don't know if it's actually officially Detroit-style pizza. But if you know of a Detroit-style pizza place that like freezes and ships, I'm down to like get one here and try it, because I am always open to exploring and experimenting and researching new pizzas. And yes, Dusty, Wyoming is going to be an amazing trip. I cannot wait. Brian says, I listened to the podcast 2 hours ago. It made me go out and get pizza. I will say I was craving pizza tonight. And had there not been like prior dinner arrangements being made, I was going to stop at the local pizza place and bring something home. But we'll maybe next week. So we'll see. And Becky, don't worry, because even if you're not here next week, the nice thing about pizza is you can do it all the time. Anthony said he has pizza 3 times a week, which is crazy. And how is he not at whatever? But you can do it. We're going to love Brooks Lake Lodge. I cannot wait. Beth says, oh, so you know Bob's Big Boy as Shoney's? Yeah, maybe Shoney's was like a southern East Coast thing, because we drove down from New Jersey to Florida, and so maybe it's Shoney's was an East Coast thing. Darren says, I'm getting pizza tomorrow night. Yeah, there's definitely needs to be pizza in my future. I will almost guarantee that I'm going to have pizza, potentially bad-ish pizza, because it's going to be ordering because of the conference I'm going to be out. But there will likely be a pizza being ordered because, by the way, I'm going to be at the House of Mouse Expo. Here's a nice little segue. This Friday through Sunday. If you're in the Orlando, come out and check it out. I and Mouse Fan Travel will be together again. Booths on the floor, but there are autographs, panels, vendors, surprises, giveaways, and lots more. So go. You can get a ticket for the whole weekend. You can get a ticket for the day. I think you can still get tickets at the door too, and come over and say hi at, houseofmouseexpo.com, and we'll be doing some giveaways and stuff too. Maybe, well, I'm not going to say that maybe there's going to be a special guest, but maybe there'll be a special guest. And if you can't make it, don't worry, because I'm going to go live at least once, probably on Saturday, but at least once. So turn on your notifications and stay tuned. Brooks Lodge is the best way to end the trip too. Beck, you'd say that seems to be the ABD thing. Like, they really bookend some of amazing resort experiences at the beginning and end of the trips, just based on past experience. And this is not the first time you've said to me to get excited for Brooks Lake Lodge. WDW needs a Lou Malnati's Chicago deep dish pizza. Isn't there? No, there's a Giordano's here. I wouldn't say that there was a Luma, but no, I'm getting confused with my deep dish pizza. And I love Giordano's, but it's a different pizza eating experience. I really believe that the deep dish pizza, it's knife and fork pizza, so it almost feels like you're eating a pie as opposed to like a tomato pie. Like, there's the thin pie and there's the Chicago pie. So and he says, Detroit style, stop complicating pizza. Carrie says it's going to rock your world when you finally have it. Buddy's Pizza might freeze and ship. Interesting. No, there is, Eddie, I do not believe that there is. I don't believe Wyoming is known for their pizza. Does Giordano's, deliver just a few miles from Disney property, deliver to resorts count? I think it does. Because you're from out that way originally, so I think that you can tell me better if it counts or not. And Jonathan Embry says, after the podcast, I had to stop and get a pie from Blaze Pizza. I even ate it before a food thing with friends. Jonathan, this right here, this post right there, that's why we're friends. You pre-gamed dinner by eating a Blaze pizza yourself. I am giving you a warm, fluffy hug right now because that is how you do it, buddy. And I do love Blaze. I really like Blaze a lot. Um, one of the cabins is haunted, or is it aliens? Yes. Kate said she enjoyed the episode. Thank you. All right, so talk to me, Goose. Tell me what you think before we get to the individual types of pizzas. Where in Walt Disney World do you feel has the best pizza options? Whether it's by the slice, by the pie, where would you go for what you consider to be the best pizza, or if there is a type of pie that you like there? Because I know, and I think, in my opinion, location notwithstanding, and theme park admission notwithstanding, if I was really craving a pizza, Via Napoli would be my hands down choice. I think in terms of the variety that's there, the numbers of different types of slices, like the way you can do it together, because like Pizza Ponte is great too, in some of the locations, but you can't like get that white artichoke pizza. You don't have as much of a selection there. A lot of Via Napoli's. So Darren, I gotta tell you, man, and I have to little asterisk here. I have not been to the Boardwalk Pizza window in a long time because I had a real back to back really bad experiences. Like even one of those, it's late at night, I'm going back to my room, any pizza will do. It was just bad pizza. And because it happened more than once, I gave it grace the first time, I gave it grace the second time. Well, maybe it's an off night, it's late at night, they didn't cook it well, whatever. But so I will give the Boardwalk Pizza window another go, but it's got a long way. It's got a long way to come up. Via Napoli, Pizza Ponte, Marla says, Pizza Ponte, I'm a broken record. Via Napoli, Artist Palette has great pizza, almost New Haven style. There's a new style of pizza. Somebody needs to, what is New Haven style pizza? So Beth Strickland, I was going to mention the Disney Cruise Line, but I didn't want to complicate things. I'm going to tell you something. Palo has great pizza. Some of them are almost more flatbreads. There's a few things that I think the Disney Wish does really well, and pizza is one of them. The pizza on deck 11, 12, whatever it is. The pizza up on deck, I think it's better than Palo. Like, it's fantastic pizza that's made fresh. Like 5-minute pizzas they are cranking out. It is really good. Getting a pie, eating it up on deck, or bring it out to your room, or sitting by funnel vision and watching a movie late night, that's a good time right there on the Disney Wish. Like, I really like that a lot. Richard McFarland says it's the best I've had on property. Edward Gohagen, same thing. A lot of love for Via Napoli. Via Napoli. I love the simplicity of the Boardwalk Pizza window. So Ashley Bittenbetter says the All-Stars. So the food courts at the All-Stars, you're saying, have the best pizza in Walt Disney World? I will undertake that challenge. I don't know what or where Frank Pepe's is, but I'd be very curious to hear. Does it beat out the chicken tenders? You can't compare, because sometimes you need a chicken tender and sometimes you need a pizza. And there are some nights, and on a 7-night cruise, it's probably 4 or 5 out of those 7 nights you need both. You need to pregame. This is the way to do it. I'm going to give you a pro tip, and not a lot of people, like to share this publicly because it really, it's in very small circles that we're allowed to talk about this, but I'm going to break the barriers and let you know the pro tip. You get pizza on deck 11, you sit out there with your friends, you share a pie, you talk, you reminisce, you hug, you grab a drink from the soda fountain, then you go back to your room, and then you order the chicken tenders. And by the time they get there, you're in your cozy little pajamas, you got something fired up on demand. Maybe you're going to watch Big Hero 6, you're going to watch Big Hero 6, and you've gotten the chicken tenders come, that's a good night right there. That is a good night at sea. So you're welcome for that professional tip. And you too can look like me. With enough hard work and dedication, you too can have this physique. Don't do as I say, not as I do. Right? Sue says the pizza on deck on the Wish is the best. Like, the crust is good. The sauce is good. There's a number of different options, whether if you want meat or like there's a prosciutto pizza, there's vegan pizza. It's really good. California pizza has interesting flatbread options, which is why we so is flatbread pizza? I'm asking you the question. Do you consider flatbreads to be pizza? Again, I think for purposes of our conversation, yes, but normally, no. I don't think flatbread is a pizza. Just rolled out dough with toppings does not a pizza make. I think it was Leonardo da Vinci who said that. He said it in Italian, but I think he said rolled out doughs that are different. It's different than, that's why we explain the difference between flatbread dough and pizza dough, why they're different. Marla Chan says the pizza at Port Orleans French Quarter is decent. The whole pizza is like $20, $9 for a slice. Feeds a small family or a Lou Mangello. It's convenient and decent. Again, another pizza from the food courts. Becky says, Becky, you know not to listen hungry. You've been taught. You're a professional. You should know better. Don't ever listen hungry, especially when you know that we are going to be talking about food. Angela, I don't know Frank Pepe. Am I supposed to know Frank? I feel like this is one of those obvious things. Like, is Frank Pepe like the first pizzeria like in America or something? Darren from Greece, by the way, where it's like 5:00 in the morning, says the Disney Wish does have, the Wish needs a barbecue chicken tender pizza. This is where you're starting to get into is barbecue chicken pizza or is it flatbread? It's pizza, right? Because of the dough, because of the way it is made, it is absolutely considered to be pizza. But if they had a barbecue chicken tender pizza, like, wait a minute, wait, hold on a second. You may be onto something. Wait, I have to put this back up again. I'm going to think about this out loud. I feel like Dr. Frankenstein. What if you go on the Wish and you order a pizza, and then you go back to your room and you order chicken tenders, and you can get barbecue sauce there, or you can even get some of the barbecue sauce up on deck 11, and you make your own barbecue chicken tender pizza in your room. It may be illegal while you're in the middle of the ocean. It doesn't matter. I literally want to go on the Wish to do nothing else other than try that. Becky, get down here. We have a research trip. We need to take a 3 or 4 night cruise on the Wish just to try that hack out. Making your own barbecue chicken pizza. Jonathan Embry, you are a gentleman, a scholar, and potentially a mad scientist and or a genius, because I love that idea. Wait a minute. I love that idea. Get him some backstage passes. Notice I put my hand up this way, just to be clear. Did we just become best friends? Yep, we sure did. Flatbread is not pizza. Please stop. I agree. Flatbread is, it is not pizza. Is a burger a sandwich? No, Anchor. I think a burger is a burger and a Sammy is a Sammy. They're very different. Just because something is between two pieces of bread does not a sandwich make. Because if that's the case, counselor, is a hot dog a sandwich? The answer, as we know, is no. The defense rests. See, Dad, your money well spent. 3 years of law school, and I can make the argument of why a hamburger is not a sandwich. My father's rolling over in his grave right now. Pineapple pizza is terrible. No, it's not, because pineapple pizza isn't pizza. You don't put pineapple on the pizzas. There are certain things that don't go on pizza, including small little fish. I'm not a big anchovy guy. I also don't like olives, but don't hold that against me. So, Angela is sending me orderpepespizzeria.com. I'm on it. Frank Pepe is the most famous pizza parlor in America, originally in New Haven, Connecticut. Few locations around the country now. So I don't think I've ever been to New Haven. Maybe, excuse me, other than like when I was a kid or when I was like looking at colleges. Thai peanut flatbread at Trader Sam's. TJ, now you're talking. Like, for purposes of something, if only there was somebody who was local and watching who'd be like, hey, Mangello, I'll come pick you up and we'll go get some said Thai peanut chicken flatbread at there, or we'll go to Paisano's and split. I want a pizza desperately right now. It's only $7.57. There's a little part of me that wants to like switch over to the phone and take you with me to go get pizza. That's how desperately, that's how desperately I want pizza right now. A 3 or 4 day cruise for pizza, world's most expensive pizza. Karen, I am a giver, and Becky is a dedicated agent looking to maximize the benefit and return for her clients who are like family. So we are willing to do that for you. Plus, oh, Becky, the tuna at 1923 and the filet, oy vey. It's like I've never eaten before. You would think I was just released from like some I'm famished. A hot dog is a taco. A calzone is a calzone a sandwich? Absolutely not. A calzone is in its own separate category that does not fit into the sandwich conversation. So I know, Karen, I'm an Italian that doesn't like olives. There's some sort of like weird thing in my DNA I've tried. And my father used to eat olives out of the jar like they were pieces of licorice. My daughter does the same thing. So olive loving skips a generation, clearly. Jim Rohosky, I think, is chiming in on the if only there was somebody local who would go grab a pizza right now. I know, Jim, I promised you we're going to go get pizza at the place I have not tried yet. So I have tried Flipper's Pizza. There's a few Flippers around here. My feeling on Flippers can be best summed up with it's not Flippers is no bueno. And my kids, who, even when they were younger kids, and kids, every kid loves pizza, right? Not love pizza. Not loving Flippers Pizza. Yeah, I can't do the olive thing. I'm missing that. So, all right. So we now I think we've established Via Napoli, Pizza Ponte for a lot of people. I think if you haven't tried Il Molino, go check out the pizza at Il Molino, which is baked fresh. Again, same thing like Via Napoli. The ingredients that they use, I think they also import their water as well. But go and check it out. But is there a certain type of pizza that you love to get when you're in Walt Disney World? I talked about the carciofi pizza at Via Napoli. It's a white pizza with artichokes. Oh, God, it's so good. And you get that, and you split it with a bunch of people, and then maybe you get a little eggplant parmesan, get a little spaghetti, get some meatballs, some spicy sausage in there too, some good crusty Italian bread. Ay, Dios mío. I know I'm speaking Spanish because I got a D in Italian, but that's a good. I think I need to do a show from Via Napoli. Like, I think I need to do a live show from Via Napoli. So we're going to do a show from Via Napoli one night. There's also another place, and I just talked to somebody who works there who's going to hook us up, that I've been talking about for a long time, and we're going to do a live show from there, and I'll let you know in advance where it's going to be. So if you're in town, you can come out, be part of the show, and the place that we're going to be, doing it from. So I you know what? I like olive oil. I don't like olives. which is weird. I also can do like a muffaletta sandwich, but I don't like olives individually, and I really don't like it on pizza. Give me some sausage, maybe some meatball, some onions, some peppers. That's a good pie right there. If you go to, this is not endorsed or sponsored by, but if you go to Paisano's, they have a pizza called the Captain, spicy sausage, onions. Oh, God, it's so good. Tomorrow, I'm getting a Captain's pizza. I'm just putting it out into the world. I don't know why I'm talking to the door when I say that, but maybe I'll get it for lunch. Whatever. Anyway, I know, Becky. But when I start talking about food, I get very confused. I get very hungry, and everything else that I had said before sort of falls out of my brain. So I will wait for you for Via Napoli, but hurry, because I know you're coming down here like soon. And when I'll wait. I will wait for you for Via Napoli. Deborah Mickens says white pizza. Do I think I would like chorizo on my pizza? I've heard of chorizo, haven't I? Is it like a spicy sausage? Is chorizo like chorizo, or am I just sort of mixing up words that have similar letters in it and sounding like an idiot? A margarita pizza with extra, the basil's got to be fresh, like literally like picked off, like the little basil bush that you should have at your house. That's the way to do it. At least I'm not the only one that does not like olives. He's in food mode. I can't remember anything. Like, look, God only knows what's going to come out of my mouth because I'm starting to salivate, and things might just be like off the whiteboard. Like, I might end up opening up packages that I'm not supposed to open up in front of you, because that's how literally dizzy I'm getting from all of the hunger that I'm feeling. You would think I haven't eaten in weeks, which would not be the worst thing. We ate so much in Disneyland. Quick aside, I joke around about like grazing through the parks and attractions being things we do in between food. That's what my 2.5 days really like 2 full days, half day Wednesday, half day Friday, all day Thursday. It literally was going from food location to food location, and then maybe like sneaking an attraction in between. It was so good. And by the way, confession time, it was the first time I ever used Disney Genie, and the first time Disney Genie Plus, and the first time I ever bought individual lightning lanes. And you know what? And I'm talking about like at Disneyland, because I am a visitor to Disneyland as opposed to this being my home park. I love the experience. Like, it was absolutely worth the money that I spent, because we had limited time, right? With my family who does not get to go as often as I do. Time value of money, right? It was absolutely worth the one day that we used Genie Plus, and then the next day when we bought individual lightning lanes for Radiator Springs Racers. Best money I spent other than the food while I was on my trip. By the way, Adventureland, your food is so good. And I'm not saying that I went from Bengal Barbecue to the Tropical Hideaway with nary a stop in between. But Adventureland, I love your food. So there you go. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I was in Disneyland with my family. To show you that I'm raising my children right, my daughter, because of she's in college now, because of her involvement in the theater, going back to like 7th grade, she's missed, I think she counted like 8 or 9 like group events, cruises, places that we've gone, trips that we've gone on. I'm very, very sad about one that she's going to miss coming up. And so she had a long break. And I said, do you want to do something? Since you've missed all these trips, I said, where would you like to go? She goes, I want to go to Disneyland. And on that day, his heart grew 3 sizes bigger. And I was like, and I love the fact that that's where she wanted to go. She also wanted to go to Huntington Gardens and Griffith Observatory, but that was the first place she picked. And I love that, right? Because, and I've said this since the beginning, we live right behind Disney World. I talk about Disney World for a living. It's been part of our lives beyond just being fans for so long. But my kids never got oversaturated by Disney. You know, we didn't go every day. We didn't go every week. We sometimes didn't go every month. So when we still went, even here, it's still special. It's still fun. It still means something to them. And when we talk about places that we want to go, my kids want to go on a Disney cruise. They want to go to Disneyland. Like, it's still special for us. It's still meaningful for us. How did I stop talking about food? How did I get so easily distracted? Sorry. Oh, because I was in Disneyland solo. By the way, Tropical Hideaway may be, I don't want to get ahead of myself on what I'm going to talk about on the show, some of the best food in Disneyland, period. I like bao buns. I cannot lie. The multi-flavors of Dole Whip with the tahini and the fruit. Oh, good God, it was so good. Bengal barbecue. Bengal barbecue was fantastic. Like, and you sit there and you've got the music and Jungle Cruise across the way, and it was nice. Remember we were talking about pizza like 5 minutes ago? If I could only eat one thing at Disneyland, what would it be? Oh, more than that. That's a hard question, because I'm torn. It also depends on the time of day, because there's a part of me that loves the first thing that we ate, and we went, like, we literally got there, dropped off our bags, and ran. Did not walk. Like children. We ran to the shawarma cart in Avengers Campus. So good. Little spicy. Delicious. My daughter eats a lot of plant-based items. Just doesn't love the taste and texture of meat. Plant-based shawarma. Equally as good. I love a cozy cone. Although I think the cone feels a little smaller than it used to. Little disappointing there. But I love cozy cone. I love breakfast at Rancho de Zocalo. I didn't get a chance to do it. I love a Disneyland chimichanga. A corn dog, only from the Little Red Wagon on Main Street. Jolly Holiday Cafe. Bengal barbecue. Tropical Hideaway. The meal that we had at Tropical Hideaway was the best meal we had at Disneyland. And we went to Lamplight Lounge. So that tells you a lot. That was the only sit-down meal we did, was at Lamplight Lounge. So, Becky, the cozy cone was like the last thing I had. The cozy cone was the last thing I had the night before we left. We came in, I don't know if you saw my adventure on Wednesday. We had a bit of an adventure on Wednesday getting there, so got there a little late. Spent all day there Thursday, half a day Friday before heading out to LA. If you did not see the Wednesday adventure, go check my personal Facebook profile and the video that just went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs of getting taken off the plane. Who's doing the song edit? I like bao buns. I wanted to sing it, but you don't want to hear me sing, especially when I'm hungry. Oh my God, Becky, look at those buns. I want to sort of cue that song up right now, but I can't. So Steve, I wanted to go over to God, I'm drawing a blank right now, because they actually had a steak gumbo bread bowl in New Orleans Square, and I can't believe these words are going to come out of my mouth. I was so full and fluffy, I could not put anything else into my face. I had hit maximum density. My body was screaming like Mangelo. We literally cannot fit anything else into this small, pudgy little frame of yours without, like, we're pushing maximum density right now. I wanted that steak gumbo bread bowl. I was not. My body outlasted my time, and it's like can't finish the marathon, man. I couldn't finish the marathon, so I know more. I know I was full, and yes, we did get beignets at the Mint Julep bar, and we got a non-alcoholic hibiscus mint julep, super sweet. But that was our last. That was our last beignet at the Mint Julep bar and French Market. Peace out, says Princess Tiana. Although I cannot wait for Tiana's Palace to open up, because I love Tiana. I love New Orleans. I love the movie. I love the music. I love the food. So I cannot wait to see what I know. Marion's going to miss the arts festival this year. I will go, and I will bring the experience to her metaphorically as I eat my way through the festival. I just have a lot of events coming up this month. Like, I have a lot of things going on, so I need to get to the festival and eat ASAP. Maybe I can sneak there tomorrow. If only somebody, anybody. Well, whatever. We'll figure that and see. Did I like the pizza in Disneyland? I don't think. Darlene Nagy, formerly of West Seneca, New York, now of Orlando, Florida. I don't think that I had pizza in Disneyland. Did I? No, I did not. I did not. And I want to say one thing too. Going in mid-January in Disneyland, like in World, there was a bunch of things that were closed, right? This is a lot of time that they do refurbishments, that they do sort of changeovers. So there was a lot of construction going on, especially in places like Adventureland. With, Indiana Jones was down, the Treehouse was down. It was blocked off. There was a number of locations like that, especially downtown Disney. Everything is closed. Like, I did not realize Ralph Brennan's Jazz Kitchen was going to be closed. I was super sad. The bakery is gone. A lot of those locations are gone. So, but again, we only had a certain amount of time to eat a certain amount of food. So, if only I knew somebody in New Orleans. Brett, if only the words New Orleans were on the white. Becky, I'm sorry. I know I wasn't supposed to say that. I told you, when I get hungry, words fall out of my mouth, and I say things I shouldn't say. Sorry. Forget what I said about New Orleans. I did not. New Orleans is not on that board at all. It's not something that Becky and I need to talk about. Too bad Big Thunder Barbecue was gone. It was the best place to eat at Disneyland. Opinion on Capone's Pizza. I don't think I've ever heard of or eaten Capone's. To fold or not to fold? Are you talking about the pizza? Because this again, Darren, it depends on the pizza. It depends on the structure where you get it from. Like, you're supposed to fold it, right? It's the way God intended. It's a very obscure section of the New Testament, but God talks about the folding of the pizza. They called it different things. The words really don't matter, but I think that was really the intent that we're supposed to extrapolate from that passage. You should fold your pizza, right? And if it works out right, it's like eating a Philly cheesesteak. If you do it right and you fold it and you do it, you should get that drip, right? That just goes, that little drip of oil that goes. That's how you know you got a good slice right there. So when you're done, you look up and you're like, all right, I've got that like weird orange like thing. That's a good slice right there. Same thing with a Philly cheesesteak. It's also to sort of run down your arm. That's why you got to do the lean. But we don't talk about Philadelphia this week. Go Giants. So, let's see. La Brea Bakery is opening as Porto's, which I cannot wait. I've only had Porto's because I was introduced to it. I think actually Marla was the one who introduced me to Porto's the first time. So Marla, thank you very much for that. It's life. Porto's is life changing. Porto's is life changing. So, let's see. Fold and aim back into a napkin. Yeah, you can do that too. You can, I mean, if you want to be neat and pretty, you can do napkins as well. You fold the pizza. That's a handheld fold. Steve, I would not mind meeting and beating the 49ers in the championship game. That's all I'll say. And yes, go Bills. Go Bills. Bills. I had picked the Bills in the AFC before the start of the season. Now it's the story, right? It would be the perfect story for the Bills to get into the Super Bowl and once again lose to the New York Football Giants. God, that would be, I can't even say the words because I know it's not going to happen. We are all shocked to see the Jags still playing. I am not, Ashley. I believe in that kid Trevor Lawrence, who, by the way, has never lost on a Saturday. Trevor Lawrence has never, not to sort of talk about football, Trevor Lawrence, before he was drafted by the Jaguars, had never lost a football game. Like Pee-wee, high school, college, never lost a game. Comes into the NFL, bad team. It's why he was the first pick. He had to sort of taste that for the first time, but he has still never lost on a Saturday. Guess when the Jags play this weekend? Good. We'll wait. Guess when the Jags play this weekend? Marla said I could have brought you Portos while we were at Bob's Big Boy. Marla, I was giddy. I was giddy. The expression on my face, and I had people texting me. I'm not sure if Kevin is in here. Kevin's a friend. He's a former Imagineer. He is the one who told me, he's like, dude, you need to, like, he told me to go to Bob's Big Boy late night just to get the fudge cake. Not a sweets guy. Got the fudge cake. I mean, we shared it. It's worth, so I couldn't eat Portos and Bob's Big Boy in the same sitting, but then, man, that was, that was good stuff. Giants beating the 49ers is as good as the stuff you say about Becky Mankin. Listen, it's happened once before. Somebody roll the videotape of Lawrence Taylor getting the Roger Craig fumble or the sack of Steve Young putting the Giants in the Super Bowl. I know I'm living in the past. It's, as a Giants fan, it's what I've needed to do for a long, long time. So, but I love to see, I love to see the Jaguars doing well. And listen, cut out that Philly talk, right? That them is fighting words. Let's see. Listen, I can't even read the comments about those. Yes. Okay, stop talking about the Giants going down. Let me just enjoy my time for a for a little bit. Let me see. I like the strawberry pie better. I forgot, because it's been decades since I've been to a Big Boy. I forgot, because it's like a diner. Like, they've got like 17 pages on the menu of all kinds of food. But of course, you got to get the Bob's Big Boy burger. It's not called the Big Boy burger. It's called a, I have to look now because now I forget. It's called a double trouble. It's called the original Big Boy combo. Double-decker hamburger with 2 never frozen burgers, lettuce, tomato, mayo, and the special red relish. Best $12.99 I spent on the entire trip. So, yes, Becky Menken, it is a cornucopia. Tonight's show should have been called the Cornucopia Show. Wyoming to pizza to Disneyland to football. It's a mystery box of show content tonight. I think there was something else we talked about too. I don't even remember what it was. There was something else I had planned too, and I don't remember. Oh my God! See, I even had, like, when we were talking about pizza, I meant to do this. I got so distracted, it didn't even matter. So who cares? So Steve says, I grew up with a Bob's Big Boy about 2 miles from my house. It's almost as good as White Castle. I'm not sure if there's sarcasm in there, because I also love White Castle. Hold on a second. Hey, Nicholas, go pick up White Castle tomorrow, please. And for some reason, my cat just responded. Listen, cat, if you were able to drive, I would send you to White Castle, which, by the way, is right near Portillo's, which just opened a few months ago around here. If you've never had Portillo's, also life-changing food. I'm going to make Becky go to these places. Like, I'm going to make Becky eat at... Wait, Becky, we're going to do this. You're going to come to Walt Disney World, and I am not going to let you eat at a table service restaurant. You're going to eat nothing but snacks and counter service food. She's going to go into the DTs if that happens. She'll literally be like, oh, I'm sleepy. I need to run back to my room, and just run into the club just to sort of like get her blood pumping again. But we're going to do that. Nothing but snacks. We're going to do nothing but snacks and counter service food. And I'm going to take you to White Castle, which I know we've done in the past, and to Portillo's, which is also really, really good. And actually, I do want to take, there's a couple places I want to take you off property that would knock your socks off. And yes, I will, you know what? Because you're Becky Mankin and because I just dig you, I will bring you an Egg McMuffin at some point. Morin says, I want to see a live show for that. Just Becky doing quick service. Portillo's has a really good Chicago dog. Jennifer, Portillo's has a really good, what do they call it? Like the beef. It's not the Italian. I forget what it's called. but like the beef sandwich that you dip into the thing and they dip it for you. Oh God, like the bread's got to be wet and juicy and it's delicious. It is so good. Kevin Lively, do not tell her to stay away from the White Castle. She has enjoyed the beauty that is White Castle crave cake. No, Becky, wait a minute. We had a very, very fun, wonderful, lovely, delicious, and productive meeting at said White Castle sometime last year. That was a lovely day. We sat outside. It was beautiful. We need to do that again. Aw. Somebody get Barbara Streisand in here and start singing Memories, like the corner of my mind. Misty watercolored memories of the way we were. Shattered pictures of those smiles we left behind, but I digress. And I don't want to get sued. The world needs more true diners. Kira, I agree with you 1,000%. If somebody opened a diner around here with all of the Northeast transplants, this place would kill. Better yet, imagine if there was a 24-hour diner within like 5 minutes of Walt Disney World. You leave in Magic Kingdom, you spent the whole day there, it's 12 o'clock at night, you've made your way out, you're starving. Where do you eat? Nothing's open except the diner. You hop into your little Uber, you make your way over to the diner, you get some disco fries, you get a burger, you get a milkshake, you go back to your room, you get a good night's sleep. If only there was somebody who wanted to open a diner with me. Not that I don't want to open the diner. I just want to go to the diner. But I agree. Diners are, it's one of the few things that I miss from New Jersey. Sherman's Diner, the Edison Diner. Oh, how I love you so. Let's see. Don't stay away from White Castle. Do not stay away from White Castle. Amber Bramble, hot wet meat sandwich. I can't. You know what? I can't even I can't. No, I have to do that. Egg McMuffins are one of my favorite. Now Waffle House. Now you're talking. Which, by the way, where did Trevor Lawrence go after winning his wild card round game? His wife called Waffle House and made a reservation. They're like, dude, you don't need a reservation. She's like, I know, but my husband's like just quarterback with the Jaguars. And there's video of them going to Waffle House late night to have his, he had a pecan waffle. Don't ask me why I know this. He had a pecan waffle and a Texas bacon cheesesteak sandwich, which I don't know what it is. And of course he got scattered in smothered hash browns because it's what, Becky, I take that back. We are going to have a sit down meal at White Castle. No, sorry, at Waffle House. I'm going to take you for breakfast at Waffle House. It will change your life forever. Don't anybody poo-poo to Waffle House, because Waffle House is a good time. I'll even see if they can throw in one of those fancy little hats for you. That is a good time. Pasta and bagels are the best in the Northeast. I agree. Don't say ugh, Waffle House. Do not say ugh to Waffle House. Scattered and smothered hash browns, which, by the way, you can double the size of your order for 50 cents. It is the best value on the planet. You get them scattered, get them a little smothered. It's a good time right there. That is a good time. Now I want Waffle House. Kevin Lively, you've never done Waffle House. Dude, when you come to Walt Disney World, eventually, like, I would love to share a meal with you. The first choice would not be Waffle House, but if we have to make that happen, I will take you for your first Waffle House experience. Trevor Lawrence would totally think Waffle House was a reservation type place. Yes, no chair throwing at Waffle House. They're like ninjas in there. I've seen that video. She was she was trying to take Becky to Waffle House, and you will break the internet. Becky froze when he threatened breakfast at Waffle House. Yeah, man. See, Kira, you know, cheesy eggs and hash browns, that coffee, right, that comes in those cups that have been there for like 50 years is so good. And coffee is like 75 cents a cup. Becky, I'm telling you, it's good stuff. What's even better? Wait. What's even better than Waffle House in the morning is Waffle House in the morning. What I mean is like Waffle House at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Wait. Oh, I froze. That's what I get for threatening with Waffle House. Yeah, that's a good time right there. That is a good time. We're gonna do. Oh God, I'm frozen. Oh, that sucks. Oh, let's see. I just saw that I am frozen. You're missing gems of knowledge. Well, that's an attractive face. That's an attractive face. That's a really attractive face that I have on. It does not seem to be unfreezing. Kids, get off the computer. See, that's Waffle House. Waffle House is like Baskin Robbins. They see and hear everything. So Becky, stop bad mouthing the Waffle House. Maybe it was the aliens. And now Becky is, what a good friend. She's sending me pictures of the really dumb face that I have on. Well, that's helpful. That's really, really helpful. So anyway, well, there you go. That a conversation about pizza turned into a surprise visit from Becky. We didn't even know she was here. Just think, I'm going to take you for Egg McMuffins. I'm going to take you to Waffle House. Buddy has more fun than us. And yes, we still do have just one room left for our trip to Wyoming, where I will promise you, I can make you this assurance, there will be no White Castle and no Waffle House on our trip to Wyoming this summer. And we'll have some other announcements and information coming to you very, very soon. I look forward to Becky Mankin coming back down here again soon, where we can plot and scheme and eat counter service restaurants all day, all night long. And if you want to come, maybe you want to come and join us, or maybe you just want to come with your family on your own trip. That's fine too. Visit mousefantravel.com for any and all of your vacation planning. Wait, what'd you say? You're saying that as we lead out on the show, you have a special song that you want to play? All right, let me just, a couple of quick reminders. Thank you again, late, great Ricky Reed. We miss you, brother. And thank you for the mix we played at the beginning and we'll play at the end of the show tonight. Don't forget that in addition to the live shows, check out the podcast. Be part of the community and conversation by joining the WDW Radio Clubhouse at www.com/community. Check out the blog over at wdwradio.com. Huge thanks, as always, to everybody who was part of the WDW Radio Nation. You literally help bring the show to life. I am grateful for you more than you know. And of course, finally, and most importantly, always, always, always remember to choose the good. On behalf of Becky Mankin from MEI, and Mouse Fan, get out of here, that's weird. From MEI and Mouse Fan Travel, I love you. I appreciate you. I am grateful to you and for you. And in honor of the triumphant return of the Becky puppet, I will leave you with this little ditty from our friend, one DJ Technoid, Ricky Reed. Have a great week. See you soon. Bye. She's going to kill me. She's going to kill me. Becky, what did you just call me? Did you just call me a control freak? No. Oh, she's here. Becky's here? I did not realize this. I didn't realize that Becky is actually here on the show. She made a special trip out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is really going to be a treat for all of us, because live in studio, Becky Mankin is here. The lovely, the talented, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Princess Becky Mankin is here live on the show. Lou, here was Queen Becky. Queen Becky. I stepped out of the concierge lounge and decided to come down into the studio with you and the people. I looked down upon the people. I'm going to push you off the boat. Really? Me? Can you put up the Mouse Fan Travel logo? Of course I can. Of course I can put up Mouse Fan logo. That's me, right here. Look, this is all Mouse Fan Travel. If you were really here, you'd murder me, wouldn't you? You bet your bippy. Wait until I get you on the phone tomorrow. She's going to kill me. I'd love to. Even Princess Becky Puppet has given me the hairy eyeball, so. Hi, this is Lou Mangello. Thank you for calling the WWE radio show. What's your name and where you're calling from?
I am definitely not that blonde.
Are you afraid to speak?
I'm so mad right now.
You are not so mad. You love.
So mad at you right now.
Listen.
You have lost your ever-loving mind.
I'm going to kill you in your sleep. Obviously someone who loves you.
Right.
I am the magic maker. I am sprinkling some pixie dust upon you. More mimosas for everyone.